just have a little walk round while I'm here, just so you get to see the bike. I mean, it is actually a beautiful bike, and for a big bike, it's actually tiny. It really is quite tiny. But yeah, the rear end, you know, I quite like a curvaceous body, and definitely got one of those. I love the two exhausts on the back, all blacked out as a special is. Yeah, it is a lovely bike. I love the wheels. The wheels are badass. That low profile front tire is great, and yeah, the whole bike just looks super sexy.
Little.
Good day, guys. Back on the Road King again. Bike is still not ready. Haven't heard anything from Harley now for a few days. I'm still waiting for the call. I'm assuming that there's a problem with the postage, but we can wait. I've got a nice bike, and for that reason I thought I would do a 5 things I love, not hate, love about this bike, because quite frankly there's not a lot of hate for this bike, I must say. There's a few little niggles. I mean, for me, wearing a full face helmet for one, this speedo, I cannot see it for shizer. But, you know, like I said, that's not exactly, Jesus, that's not exactly something to really worry about. And the handlebars are a little bit wide for me, but whatever. Anyway, so let's get on to the 5 things that I love about this bike. Number 1 is the looks. Now, I'm not one for the Road King. The standard Road King, I don't really like it. I think it looks a bit like a bloody old school steam train, you know. It's got those 3 big lights on the 3 big lights on the front, and it just looks a bit of a beast. This has been sort of tapered down a little bit, and it's I know some people don't like that look, but I really like that big light on the front. I think it looks really badass. And with this special, it's all blacked out. Come on, my friend, I'm in a bit of a hurry, huh? It's all blacked out, and I really like blacked out bikes. I'm not really into the chrome. That's just a personal preference for me, but I really think Harley have done a great job on bringing this Road King model into the sort of like newer millennial riders, if you like. You know, someone wants a bit more of a buoyed up look, or a bit of a more aggressive look, but they want a touring bike, and this has got it. You know, it's almost a bare bones bike look about it, you know. But yeah, I really like the look of it. I love the paint job, and yeah, I think they've done a really good job here. Number 2 is how comfortable it is. I mean, the seat is incredibly soft, very, very comfortable. It holds you in the right places. I have not been sliding off the back at all. It fits my bum cheeks perfectly, and you know, it is just really comfortable to ride. The suspension is great. It really soaks up the bumps, and very responsive. It's not too bouncy. It's just really, really comfortable bike to ride. The riding position for my height, which is 5'8", is perfect. It's got very, very, very slightly forward controls, and I mean very slightly, and it is just, yeah, it's just really comfortable to ride. I could ride this for days and my back wouldn't hurt, you know. It is yeah, it is a really comfortable bike to ride. And that brings me on to number 3. Number 3 is the maneuverability of this bike. You know, lane hopping and that, and well, or lane splitting, I should say, it's not that easy. It is a bit wider than I'd like. I'm a bit wary of the bags on the back and that, but it's quite a nippy bike. It's got you know, it's got the power there, but it's the way it corners. I mean, it's phenomenal. And I know I use that word a lot, but it really is a phenomenal maneuvering bike for the size of the bike. You know, I can take this around bends real quick, roundabouts, you know. I mean, it's really responsive. You can swing it around wherever you want, and there's no hesitation. You feel so confident on this bike. It's like being on rails, you know. When you go around a corner, it just sticks to the road, and you know, I'm not saying that other bikes don't do that, but it just feels solid. There's no understeering or anything like that. You point the bike where you want it and it just does it. And I think because you're more upright, you've got more control of where the bike goes, you know. It's really, you can just swing it around, which I wasn't expecting with this kind of weight and size bike. I really thought I'd have a, you know, it'd be like riding an elephant or something, you know. It's just hard to ride, but it really is not at all. It maneuvers exceptionally well for the size of the bike. And so number 4, that brings me on to number 4, which is the engine. The engine is great. It's such a good engine. The Milwaukee 8 engine, they've done such a good job on this engine. You know, it still gets quite hot, and it is vibrating a fair amount, but it is super smooth. I mean, you just, when you pull away, it just, whoa, 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 fucking, it just, you know, it just feels really smooth. And when you change the gears, there's no sort of clunkiness. It's, I mean, you can feel you're changing the gear, but it's, everything about this is just comfort and smooth. It's just, it's not like the Street Bob where you've got all the power right away. It's like, it's just, it transitions through the revs so nicely. And that's another reason why you feel so confident on this bike, because you're not worried about slamming the throttle and just getting a wheelie, like, you know. It's just, it just goes. And again, it's like being on a train. It just, and off you go. So number 5 for me is the overall, what this bike can do for you. You know, it's a touring bike, and definitely a touring bike, but what you get with this bike is incredible. You've got the cruise control, you've got the keyless ignition, you've got the 2 bags on the back, which honestly, that is in itself a godsend. If you're doing long distance, I mean, now I've got my wallet, my keys, then my little bits and bobs, it's all in the back there. And you know, that's what you want when you're going anywhere, really. But long distance, that's what it's for. You know, the added extras of this bike, there's so many. Even the footboards, they're personally not my taste, but they are very, very comfortable, and I can see why people get them for touring. Your feet are firmly on the ground, as it were, and yeah, it's very, very good. There's, like I said, there's just so many added extras with this bike, and it's built exactly for the touring side of things, and you can tell the overall package of this bike. You know, the price tag, it's up there, but what you're getting for that money is all there. It is all there. Huge tank, you know, it's the comfortable ride, how soft it is, the cruise control, all the added extras that you get with this bike, and that's got to be a very good thing and a positive thing if you're thinking about getting one of these bikes. You know, I wouldn't get one of these to be riding around town in. I mean, it's just not that kind of thing. It's, you know, the clutch is a little heavy, and it is a heavy bike, but for going long distance, nice cruises around the countryside and all that, this is the bike to get. If you can afford it, this is the bike to get. But you know, as I said before, you need to go and try one. You Sportster riders, Street Bob, Softails, you know, it's not a heavy bike really. It's not too much power at all. Go out to Harley and try one. Honestly, just go out and try one and you'll be so surprised. I mean, when they said, oh, you're getting a Road King, I thought, oh Jesus, here we go, this is going to be no fun whatsoever. But honestly, you can completely understand why so many people buy these Road Kings. It is a gorgeous looking bike and it is a super comfortable bike. It rides super well, and you know, the proof is in the pudding. Just go and I swear, just go and ride one of these things and you will not be disappointed, and you'll see exactly where I'm coming from. Right guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope I haven't been too enthusiastic about this bike. I am starting to fall in love with it, and you know, if I could get a second bike for a touring bike, I think it would be this. I'd probably get a wind deflector, but it is, you know, it is what it is, and I'm going to stop kissing it so much. But yeah, as always guys, thanks for listening. I hope it's been interesting, and please like and subscribe. There's plenty more to come. Hopefully I'll get the bike back next week and we can start on the Street Bob again. But yeah, as always, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. See you later.